less sweet. So what we're going to do, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to grow more stevia. All right, now we started off with one plant in our herb garden, and we've gotten several more. I've got one here, I've got one there. If you can see them here, just kind of focus over here. I've got a couple more here, and then I've got some more in the garden. I've got them all over the place. We tried using seed to grow them. Doesn't work very well. But I'm going to show you that the seed does work. It's just, for some reason, when you try and plant it, it doesn't seem to work. So I'm going to show you a couple things. One, going about harvesting stevia. Now, you want to try and get it while it's still fairly young before it gets too big. And then when you chop it down, usually what ends up happening is it'll grow back. So you want to get the ones with a lot of leaves, cut them a little ways up, and it should sprout out some more from there. All right, and then I'm going to take you over here, and I'm going to show you where I got some more growing. All right, so what I do with my stevia is once I've pulled most of the leaves off, I just stick them in some water, and they typically will root out very well. That was the way we got most of our stevia to grow. But if you look down here, in this area here, all of these, once again, if you can kind of zoom in a little bit, you'll see they have the very distinctive leaves again. And just to test, yep, definitely stevia. All right. So what happened is, in the herb garden back behind me, we had a single stevia plant that we bought. I guess it's been about, a little over a year now. And that blew seeds over here, and then they propagated in and amongst our milkweed. Which, by the way, if you want butterflies, grow some milkweed. That's what oh shoot, what are they called? The butterflies. Monarchs. Whew, man. That's what happens. You get old, you start losing your brains. I found them laying around all over the place. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these stevia plants that grew up here wild. I'm going to leave a few, but I don't want all of them growing in here because I want to be able to give some to my kids and such. So I'm just going to pop them out. Now, this is actually growing on top of my weed berry. So you just take it, put it in a pot. Oh, hang on. Get some more dirt. Right down in there. And voila, I got another stevia plant. Now we have planted these all over the yard. I haven't even counted, but I know I've got at least 10 different plants from that first individual plant. All right. And then what I want to show you, where did I put them? Here we go. Is how we go about harvesting the stevia. That's a very simple process. I'll just put them all in here. You basically, once you get the stems, just strip the leaves down. And you just take and kind of pull down on the stem. Now when you go to rooting them, you don't want to leave too many leaves because then it'll make it a little harder for it to continue to grow, and most of the growth will go into the tops of the plant instead of into the roots themselves. So I pull most of the leaves off, stick that down into the water. Once again, grab it at the top and just kind of pull straight down. Strip most of the leaves off. Very simple process. Doesn't take a lot of work. Now there's several different ways you can use them. You can dry them, like we have a dryer that will dry some of these, and then powder them up from there. grind them up and put them in, you know, as a powder and use that powder. Or you can take that powder and put it in water and just let it sit for a few days, turning it once or twice, and that'll make a very sweet water. Or mostly what Liza does with hers, my wife, she takes hers and puts it in the tea with the regular tea leaves that she uses, which she uses mint and stevia and a few other things. So that's how we use it. But that is how you propagate stevia. It's as simple as that. Let a few of your plants grow up, let them actually flower, and the seeds will go everywhere, and typically they'll just start right up. I mean, we have not had any issue. As you can see, I've got several here. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another one over there, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I've got 11 of them started just right here. Oh, there's another one back here, that's 12. So I've got a dozen of them started just volunteer, all right? Now, is it invasive? I don't know. I guess it could be considered, oh, there's another one back there, it's 13. Could be considered invasive, but man, what a good invasive plant. That is by far and large a much better way of growing stevia. Go buy yourself a plant somewhere and then use the plant to propagate a new plant, and then just allow your stevia herd, I guess, or stevia forest, there you go, to grow from there. All right, well, thanks once again for stopping by. That is how we get our stevia to grow.